Hello, and welcome back to another episode of the English Journey podcast, where we dive into real topics, real conversations, and help you not just improve your English, but think deeper about the world around you. Let me ask you something. When was the last time you sat down and finished something without checking your phone? No distractions, no background noise, no notifications buzzing. Just focus. Hard to remember? You're not alone. Today, we're not talking about being broke with money. We're talking about something far worse, being attention broke. In this modern world, attention is the new currency, not dollars, not crypto, but focus. And yet, most people are giving it away for free every single day. They check their phones over 100 times. They can't finish a conversation, let alone a task, without reaching for a screen. But here's the scary part. It's not your fault. These distractions were designed that way, engineered by billion-dollar companies who profit from your lack of focus. So today, we're going to explore this idea in a real, raw conversation between two of our regulars, Tom and Emily. They're going to unpack what it means to be attention broke, who's behind it, and how we can take our minds back, one moment at a time. Now, grab your headphones, stay off TikTok, and let's jump into the conversation.
Hey, Emily. It's good to see you again. How's your week been?
Hey, Tom. Busy as always. Too many tabs open in my brain, and none of them are loading properly.
I totally get that. I tried to sit down and read last night, but somehow ended up watching cat videos for an hour. It's like my brain can't focus anymore.
Same here. I literally open a book, and 5 minutes later, I'm checking Instagram.
Exactly. Let me ask you something. When was the last time you read a book, like really read, without checking your phone?
Oof, honestly, I can't even remember. I always start with good intentions, but 10 minutes in, I'm checking messages, replying to a meme, or just mindlessly scrolling.
Right? It's like our brains are wired to escape focus. I've been thinking a lot lately. I'm not money broke, I'm attention broke.
Attention broke? That's a powerful way to put it. It's true, though. We think time is our most valuable resource, but really, it's attention, and we're giving it away for free.
Exactly. Every notification, every app, every little buzz, it's like someone stealing a coin from your mental wallet. And the worst part, we don't even notice it happening.
I know. The other day, I opened Instagram for just 5 minutes, and an hour disappeared. No memory of what I even watched, just poof.
That's the scary part. It's not just about distraction, it's about design. Big tech companies literally hire behavioral scientists to keep us hooked. They want our attention because that's how they make money.
Yeah, I read that. Every swipe, every like, every video recommendation is part of a system. It's like we're being programmed.
We are. Social media platforms are basically slot machines. They trigger dopamine the same way gambling does, and we keep pulling the lever.
No wonder we feel so scattered. Like, even when I try to focus on something meaningful, like learning a new skill, I keep jumping around.
Because our brains have been trained for constant stimulation, and when we try to slow down, it actually feels uncomfortable, almost like withdrawal.
So, what do we do? Just delete everything?
Honestly, maybe. At least start by turning off notifications. Your brain can't go deep if it's constantly being interrupted.
Totally agree. I actually started leaving my phone in another room when I read. It helps, but I still feel that phantom urge to check.
That's the addiction talking, and you're not alone. Everyone's struggling. But we can train our minds back, like going to the gym. At first, it sucks, but over time, you build strength.
So, focus is a must.
Exactly. And right now, most people are mentally out of shape. They've been feeding their brains junk. TikToks, short videos, constant multitasking, and now they can't even sit still.
You know what's crazy? We used to get bored, and boredom actually helped us think. Now, the second we feel even slightly bored, we grab a screen.
Yep, but boredom is a gift. That's when creativity kicks in. When was the last time you just sat and let your mind wander?
Probably. I don't even know. Everything feels so fast-paced. But I do miss deep thinking, like when I used to journal or read something and reflect on it.
Let's be real. If we don't take control of our attention, someone else will. And while we're distracted, someone else is building, learning, growing.
That hits hard. I keep wondering why I'm stuck. Like I'm busy all day, but nothing gets done.
Because activity isn't the same as progress. You can scroll for 4 hours and still feel exhausted, but you didn't actually move forward.
So how do we fix it? Like, practically.
All right, here's what I've started doing. First, I deleted the worst offenders: Twitter, TikTok, anything that pulls me in. Second, I set a daily deep focus block, 90 minutes, no phone, just one task. Third, I'm building a better content diet, less junk, more depth.
What do you mean by content diet?
Like, your brain eats what you feed it. If all you watch are viral videos, your brain gets addicted to fast hits. But if you read books, watch documentaries, listen to podcasts, you teach your brain to slow down and think deeper.
That makes so much sense. We always talk about healthy food, but never about healthy input for the brain.
Exactly. What you consume shapes who you become.
All right, I'm inspired. I'm going to start by turning off all my non-essential notifications and setting a reading timer.
Yes, and try being bored for 10 minutes a day. Seriously, no phone, no music, just sit. It'll be hard at first, but trust me, that space is where ideas grow.
You know, we've been talking a lot about what we're losing, but it's also about what we could be gaining.
Totally. More focus means better relationships, faster learning, deeper creativity, basically a better life.
So the final question is, who's going to win? Us or the algorithm?
We win if we choose to fight for our focus.
All right then. To everyone listening, here's your challenge. After this episode ends, don't open another app. Don't scroll. Just sit quietly for 30 minutes. Let your brain breathe.
Can you do it? No stimulation, no noise, just you and your thoughts.
If that sounds scary, you probably need it more than anyone.
Remember, your attention is your future. Protect it or lose it.
See you in the next episode. And hey, don't let your mind get stolen.
What a powerful conversation. Let's take a moment to reflect. Today, Tom and Emily opened up about something we all experience, the daily battle for our attention. We live in a world designed to distract us, and the cost of that distraction isn't just time, it's our growth, our creativity, and our future. But here's the good news. Being attention broke isn't permanent. You can rebuild your focus. You can take back control. It starts with awareness and continues with small actions, turning off notifications, embracing boredom, consuming better content, and training your mind like a muscle. So after this episode, here's your challenge. Can you sit still for 30 minutes? No phone, no scrolling, just you and your thoughts. It won't be easy, but it might just change your life. And now let's go over some useful vocabulary from today's conversation. These are not just good words to know, they're essential to understanding the world we live in.
All right, before we wrap up, how about we go over some of the key words we used today?
Great idea. Let's make sure our listeners walk away with useful English and sharper focus.
Cool. So first up, we've got attention span.
That's the amount of time you can stay focused before your brain checks out. For example, my attention span has dropped since I started watching short videos all the time.
Next up is distraction, anything that pulls your focus away. For instance, notifications are such a distraction when I'm trying to read.
Speaking of which, our third word is notification, that little pop-up that screams for your attention. Let's say, I turned off all notifications and finally got something done.
Here's another one, mindlessly. That's when you do something without thinking. Just imagine, you pick up your phone and next thing you know, you're mindlessly scrolling through cat videos.
Been there. Now let's talk about the brain a bit, like dopamine. It's that feel-good chemical that rewards us. For example, each time someone likes your post, your brain gets a small dopamine hit.
And that brings us to hijack, which means something takes control of your attention. For instance, that app hijacked my evening. I meant to check one thing and lost an hour.
The next one is algorithm, basically the code that decides what shows up in your feed. You might say, the algorithm knows I like food videos, so it never lets me go.
Which leads to the word hooked, addicted. Let's say, I was hooked after just 3 swipes.
And then comes the crash, overstimulated, when your brain's had too much. Just imagine, after 4 hours of screen time, I was totally overstimulated.
Now let's move into what we feed our minds. First, content diet. That's the type of stuff you consume online. For example, I changed my content diet from gossip to documentaries.
Related to that is passive consumption, when you just absorb without thinking. For instance, endless scrolling is pure passive consumption.
And then there's scroll, probably the most dangerous verb in modern life. Let's say, I opened Instagram for a minute and scrolled for an hour.
That's part of the design trap, a feature meant to keep you hooked. For example, infinite scroll is a design trap. You never reach the end.
Okay, shifting to solutions. First, we've got reclaim. That means taking something back. For instance, I'm reclaiming my mornings by leaving my phone in another room.
Next is digital detox, taking a break from screens. Let's say, I did a weekend digital detox and actually felt human again.
Now here's one people often avoid. Boredom. It's not always bad. Just imagine, boredom can lead to creative thinking if you let it.
And here's a powerful state we all need, deep focus. That's full concentration without distraction. For example, I finished writing my article in 1 hour of deep focus.
Love that. And then there's focus muscle, a metaphor, like going to the gym, but for your attention. For instance, reading instead of scrolling helps build your focus muscle.
Now, this one sums up everything. Attention broke, when your focus is totally gone. Let's say, I couldn't watch one video without checking my phone. That's when I knew I was attention broke.
And finally, the big myth, multitasking. We think it helps, but it usually just makes us worse at everything. For example, I spent all day multitasking and still felt unproductive.
Whew, that's 20 solid words.
Yep, and if you remember even a few of them, you're already ahead.
And that's a wrap for today's episode. If you found it helpful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this podcast with a friend. Your focus is your power. Protect it. Thanks for listening, and as always, keep learning and keep going on your English journey. See you next time.